we are in stage 9 now. Cotillard, same stage as we were in previously when we came up live, but in a slightly different spot. So that was the first car just come through. And that was our current rally leader, Ross Lenoir. The red Mark II Escort just came through there. So before him was Daryl Morris, our car 1. He's currently running second overall. Simon Lenoir was second. But seemed to have a bit of a bad stage in that last one, stage 8. And that was Simon Chapman in his Proton, who's just come through. He is currently sitting 5th. So we'll just run through the top few people for you when we get a break in between cars. But I can see the next one's coming now. So this should be Jeremy Bourdais. And it wasn't. So that looked like it was Simon Major to me, but it's quite hard to see from the angle that I'm at. So when we went off last time, you were waiting for a time for Jeremy Bourdais, who didn't have one, appeared not to have got to SS8, but he has a time now. That's Simon Lenoir currently running in 3rd. So at the minute we have times up to stage 8. In 1st we have Ross Lenoir, 2nd is Daryl Morris, 3rd is Simon Lenoir, 4th Jeremy Bourdais, 5th Simon Chapman, 6th John Lebrun, 7th Ed Fossey, and 8th Simon Major. So the top 8 as it stands after stage 8. We're in stage 9. So we're just waiting now to start getting these times through for this stage. There are a few odd times as we went off live in the last one. So we'll see if they've sorted themselves out now as the next car approaches. See the lights coming quite a long way from here. So that's our first few cars through, safe and sound. This bit where we're at now, you can probably see as the cars come through, there's a wall either side, and it's a right-hander. I'm not going to be as bold as to say what sort of right-hander it is. But the cars have really got going now. So it's a second run through this stage, so hopefully we'll see some improvements on their first times. Earlier today we saw improvements of around 10 seconds. That was Andy Corner there, and as one of the spectators here is telling me, he did a very good corner. Andy lost a lot of time on that last stage and we haven't been able to find out why, so I'm sure he'll be on it. He has a class win to fight for, which unfortunately he's just dropped behind at the minute. So I'm being told that this corner is a 6 right by some people on the Facebook live feed. Thank you very much for that. Also, if anyone has any information about what's happened to people during the event, as I say, there's some slower times that we're not sure what might have happened, please do comment and let us know. So we're starting to get times in now for stage 9. So Rossanoa 3:44, which is definitely faster than his first run through here. Daryl Morris 3:50. Again, 14 seconds faster, that's a lot. Simon Lenoa, he's done a 3:51, so he's 5 seconds faster. And Simon Chapman, he's done a 3:52, and he did a 4:07 last time. So you can see the second run through, they're much more confident. It makes a massive difference, having been able to go through the stage once and then go through again. There's a bit of a big gap here, not sure why that is. I can't even hear a car in the stage. Ah, we can now. See those lights coming. So we've got a few more times. Martin Waters, he's done a 4:05. He's improved by 10 seconds on this stage. And Jim Munden, so he's in the same class as Simon Chapman. He has done a 4:11. 4:23 the first time, 4:11 the second time. Still a bit behind Simon Chapman there, though. But those times have improved a lot. So we'll see what everyone else can do. Andy Corner, who we saw go through in his Peugeot very nicely, he did a 4:03. So that's a 5-second improvement from his first run through. As I say, he's got quite a lot to fight for. He lost a lot of time on that last stage. So he will be wanting to gain every second he can through the next few stages going into overnight. It's all gone quiet again. Another big gap. But I think someone's coming. Keep refreshing those times as well. There's another escort going through there. I just realised we haven't had a time for Simon Major, who was 5th on the road. He was someone who I spoke to earlier, saying night stages are very difficult. He finds it harder to see. Another one of our four-wheel drive competitors there. So we're keeping an eye. So we've got times for around the first 12 cars through, finishing at stage 9. But we do seem to be missing a few. So I think that was car 16, Lyndon Barton, Simon Hunter. They were 7th in class after stage 8. So we now have times for a few more in Class D, the class of Ross Lenoa and Simon Lenoa. Ed Fossey comes through. So in Class D we've got Ross Lenoa, followed by Simon Lenoa. Then it's Martin Waters with Chomp Edwards as his co-driver, and following him is David Neaston and Andy Coninbear. So David and Andy have improved on that stage by a lot. So they did a 4:21 the first time, 4:05 the second time. Which wasn't far off. Martin Waters just slightly faster than them on that stage. He did a 4:05.7 and they did a 4:05.8. So things are certainly hotting up in the other classes as well. It's not just about the overall win. Obviously, there's lots of different classes competing in this event over the weekend. That was car 21, Teresa Fossey. I believe that is Ed's aunt and uncle, I was told earlier. Ed Fossey doesn't have a time yet. Hopefully we'll be getting one soon. As the next car is about to come past us. So unfortunately I cannot see who they are, unless they have a very distinctive livery. I'm struggling to see what cars they are. So I'm just going to go by the live times that we're getting mostly. So Neil Cotillard, who is in the same class as Simon Chapman, that class E, he did a 4:02 on that stage. So he's gone 11 seconds faster than he did previously. He's still 10 seconds slower than Simon though, but that's a really good result all the same. Definitely getting quicker. And Jim Munden has done a 4:11. Still no sign of a time for car 5, that's Simon Major. No time for him yet. But as we found out on the last stage, sometimes the times take a little bit longer to come in. I can't say for sure whether I've seen him or not. I thought I did. So Dan Corner now also has a time. He did a 4:07, so not as fast as Andy, but obviously the last time for Andy was so detrimental that he's still playing catch-up to his brother. So that's a change around from service earlier. It was Andy who was beating Dan, and now it's the other way round. We'll have to wait until some of the other front-wheel drive 2 cars come in and see how much damage it has done. Those lights are awesome. They are so bright, but they are definitely making me see stars a little bit. So those guys can maybe see us as they come in around the corner on this bank. A lock-up there. That looked like it might be Simon Tyso and Paul Morris, who locked up earlier on in the day. Not sure though, but it did look like them. Well, I've also just found out that Dan is Andy's son, not brother, so that's embarrassing for me. Thank you, guys. Keeping me straight. So between the 2 corners now we have James Nichols. They just put in, James Nichols and David Orman, they just put in a 4:15 on that stage. Again, another massive improvement, 11 seconds. I wasn't sure if the times would improve as much with it being in the dark, but they are. So Ed Fossey's time through there, 3:52, Class B. Haven't had anyone else come through with the time in his class yet, so can't really compare. And Michael Keane has put in the fastest time in front wheel drive 2 so far. Michael Keane and Sanders. So yeah, we're definitely losing a few cars now. There's definitely some bigger gaps. There's people who aren't coming through as expected, but it's a really long event. If they've had a problem today, they can restart tomorrow, or they can limp through today. It's still a long way to go. I think that was car 52. Keith Pinnell, Matthew Pinnell. Just having a look at those times there. Seeing if any more are coming through. Nice and quick coming down there. I think that's the thing with these low power cars. You don't have to get on the brakes quite as early, and the winds stayed up, so it seems pretty dry. There doesn't seem to be much sliding going on, which you might have seen at this corner, but with there being a wall either side, I don't think people are taking many risks either. So you can probably see where we're stood now is absolutely pitch black, so we can really see when those cars are coming. So, oh, here's another one. Chris Cotillard now has a time as well, so he did a 4:04 that time. I think he'll be chuffed with that. His first run through was a 4:29, trying to beat his brother Neil. Neil did a 4:02, so Chris will definitely be very chuffed with that. That's a vast improvement on the last time through. So there's a few cars we haven't seen. We haven't seen car, or well, we haven't got times for car 5. We have a time for car 8, Robert de Saint-Pierre, but he doesn't have a time for stage 8, so I'm not sure what's happened there. They really don't seem to be taking many risks, but they are getting quicker, which is always a good thing. So whereas people were doing mostly late 4 minutes, 5 minutes, pretty much everyone's doing 4-minute stage this time. So far anyway. Lots and lots of improvements. There'll be lots of people very happy. Keeping it nice and tidy through this corner. Just having a look where some of our class leaders are as well in the results. So second in Class B, we've got Paul Trabert. He did a 4:28 this time. 4:37 last time. It's car 61 again. Remember him from earlier. Definitely quite an exciting driver to watch. Not taking the risk he was taking earlier though, which is good to see. So let's see. Last time he did a 4:36 on this stage, so that'll be really interesting. See how much he's improved, because the last time we saw him, when it was rather exciting, was on his second run through that first stage, stage 3. More locking up there. That was car 52. Oh, I can smell the brakes. I think it was 52. Again, I'm struggling to see the the numbers. And I haven't memorised the whole field off by heart yet. But by the end of the weekend, I might have done. So keep an eye out for that for the time for car 61. Very exciting driver to watch. We've still got car 71 going. We'll wait for them. Elvis and Sophie. Sophie's first rally as a co-driver. Very, very brave girl coming out here. Nice and easy through here. Ooh. Hot brakes. There are some hot brakes around. So Dick Major has a time through here. He's lent the car to Simon this weekend. He's done a 4:45 this time, 5:05 last time, so that is a massive improvement for him. As the next car approaches, I can hear them before we see the lights. It definitely sounds like it's flat coming down here. And they start braking around there. I'm not sure what the marker is for braking, but you can hear them going up the gears as they're coming down. I don't know if you can hear them on the live stream. And then here they come off the power. And go down into that corner. So James Weaver is third in Class A at the minute. He was 6 seconds quicker this time. I'll just pick out a few more results. David Ginn, Class A. He did 4:41 first time, 4:34 this time. Another one coming straight away here. These two are close together. So, car 61, he did a 4:36 first time and a 4:21 this time. He looked fast coming through here, think we can safely say that he definitely pushes on the second loop. I wonder if he had any moments like we witnessed earlier on stage 3. You do have to be careful that you don't get overconfident, is my understanding. It's quite easy to have an accident when you think you know the stage, but maybe you don't know it quite so well as you think you do. And they've got another stage to do, so they'll repeat stage 8. So as we're getting to the last of the cars now, we can see that we are missing a few of them. They still might come through, slightly out of order. That looked like it was 75, yes, 75. Jonathan Robillard and Martin Vidamore. They did a 5:29 last time through this stage. There's that lovely little Mini. So they'll be going off now to do another stage. So that'll be Le Rossignol again. But there's no times for that yet. So what we're going to do after this live stream ends, we're going to go and get some interviews for the end of the loop for TV, not for live stream, I'm afraid. We do have a TV programme to make this weekend as well, and it is quite hard work in the dark. But we will be back live tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Around 8:30, that's what time the first car is due out. So make sure you set your alarms. I know it's a Saturday morning, but it's quite a nice thing to do on a Saturday morning, I think. Watch some rallying. So that's car 81, that's the last one in the field. Still going strong. So that's it from us for today for the live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your tips for me as well. I really do appreciate it. Anyone got friends and family competing, please tell them to drop us a message at Special Stage if there's anything they'd like us to mention tomorrow. Any tips and hints, any gossip helps greatly with this to make it as entertaining as we possibly can for you all. So we will see you tomorrow morning.